Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Achua. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 rarely reviewed fragrances. I hardly find any literature on these fragrances. You don't hear a lot of people talking about them. They are not on heavy rotation as compared to other popular fragrances. I think they are quite popular. When I go to town, I see some of these fragrances, but I hardly find people reviewing it, especially here on YouTube. And I decided to give the honest by talking about this. And people have also requested that I talk about them, especially in the case of Shamoki by Fragrance World. So I'm going to give you my take on Shamoki from Fragrance World. This is a very highly requested, fragrance that I have been asked to review and even compare to several other fragrances. So I'm going to give you my take on it. I'm also going to give you my take on another Fragrance World, fragrance or scent known as Extremely Unique. For this, I have just a decant here, a very generous decant, and I'm going to give you my take. And the third is going to be Belle Dolce or Dolce. This, I've seen the red bottle being reviewed by C Chronicles, but I haven't seen any particular person talking about this particular flanker. So this is the Belle Dolce or Belle Dolce. I'm going to give you my take, but I want to start with Extremely Unique because it seemed to be my favorite of the 3 here. So this is Extremely Unique, and this, I'm going to put the bottle on the screen. It gives me Zejov vibe, but it doesn't smell like anything Zejov. Apparently, it is inspired by an Escada fragrance known as Escada Miami Blossom. And it has the following notes. There is orange, there is watermelon, there is pineapple, jasmine, and then tiare flower. At the base, there is ambroxan, there is musk, and there is sandalwood. This is a very beautiful, tropical, fruity, woody scent. It is very vibrant and very loud. You get the orange, the watermelon, and the pineapple. Those are the 3 dominant fruits that stand out. It is not heavy floral, although it has the notes of jasmine and I think jasmine and tiare flower, but it's not a heavy floral fragrance at all. What stands out is going to be the pineapple, the watermelon, and the orange. It is not necessarily fresh. There is nothing fresh about it, although it gives me tropical. It's more about a very pulpy, intense scent with the woody tone. It has, it's quite woody. It doesn't necessarily give me those light, airy, fresh, tropical scents. It doesn't. There is something also quite tart and sharp about this. It's very beautiful. I didn't find anything. Okay, so this is a decant, so I wouldn't be able to speak about the fresh opened bottle. But there's nothing synthetic or harsh about this particular decant at all. It is very well blended, in my opinion. It's a very beautiful, realistic, fruity scent. I get the fruit, there's something standing out. I get the pineapple, very delicious, it feels like a very ripe, delicious pineapple. There's nothing artificial or synthetic about it. It's very natural smelling. It smells delicious and beautiful. Extremely Unique is indeed a very unique scent. It is quite addictive and mass appealing. I think I genuinely love this fragrance. It is very mass appealing. It is something you can easily blind buy. The price is also right. So if you're looking for something tropical but with the woody, pulpy edge, something nothing really like airy and light and not last. It lasts. It really lasts. Probably because of the woods that ties this whole thing together, but it lasts. It is mass appealing. It is sweet. It is fun. It is girly. It can even qualify as a unisex, tropical scent. I don't think a man would find it offensive or too sweet. It is not. I think I thoroughly enjoy it. It's a safe blind buy. It's good. It's very good. It's one of those very good fragrances. It doesn't come across as mediocre, one of those, it's the same designer-esque sort of feel, but there's something very delightful about it. So that is going to be my take on Extremely Unique. The next one, however, is not going to be my favorite of this bunch. I think it is my least favorite, and that is going to be Belle Dolce or Belle Dolce. This is a very pretty bottle. I love the whole the lid and everything. I like how it comes across. So you can, when you take it out, this is how it looks like. that flower is very beautiful, and the bottle is quite a simple one with the, it's just a very beautiful color, eye-catchy with a bottle. However, the scent I'm not a huge fan of. So this one has a flowing note. There's fruits, that nothing really specified, but at the top notes it says fruit. In the middle we have floral notes, jasmine and fruit again, and then there's orange. At the base we have vanilla, we have musk, amber, and then sandalwood. When it comes to this particular one, Belle Dolce, nothing really stands out. I'm not getting any particular figure or any particular note I can say is the most dominant note. Nothing really stand out. Not the fruits, not the floral. It comes across as a synthetic concoction of a general feel of fruity thing, but not in the most beautiful way. It smells quite synthetic. It gives me a feel of herba pura, but apparently it is even inspired by Zejov's Cora, and that is a fragrance I have very little, idea about. However, it gives me that same synthetic, musky, powdery nuance of the herba pura-esque, vibe. But I'm not a fan of this. I don't really like this one. I'm not sure what exactly I'm getting from it. I'm not getting anything fruity, girly, fun. It's quite synthetic. It's like a concoction of fruit, but nothing really stands out. I'm not getting anything like the fruits. It just says fruits. So what type of fruit it is, I'm not getting anything original like mango, blueberry, musk, or I'm not getting anything like that. It's not giving me anything like that at all. So yeah, it's quite hard to describe. I'm struggling to describe this particular fragrance because not only do I find it very or quite synthetic smelling, but nothing really stands out or shines. Not the fruits, not the woods, not the florals. So it's difficult to describe, but it gives you a general overall synthetic fruity vibe. That is what it gives me. So for that reason, I would personally not recommend this. I think I might not keep this one. I don't know, but I don't feel I want to really keep this one. It's a beautiful bottle, but I would barely touch this one. Probably I'll wait on it to macerate and give you updates after that. After that, I'm sure I'm going to get rid of it. So this is Dolce Bella or Bella Dolce from Fragrance World. And I wanted to do this for my audience just to give you an idea of how this one smells. And if you've been wondering or if you want to pick it up, you might have a fair idea. I would personally not necessarily recommend this. It's not as though it's not a safe blind buy, but it's nothing really to write home about in my opinion. I don't enjoy this one. I don't find it fun. It's not too sweet. It's not fun and girly and fruity. It's quite synthetic, quite powdery. I don't find any spice to it. It's just a flat, boring, synthetic, fruity concoction in my opinion. And for that reason, I'm not going to recommend it. So yeah, that is going to be my take on Belle Dolce from Fragrance World. I think Winged Lady is the only person I've seen on YouTube talking about this. I've seen it on other platforms where it's been compared to Pink Sugar and the likes. I get a whole Pink Sugar, similarity, but I think it is quite different. It is in the same Pink Sugar family, but it is quite different. What I'm going to do is to compare this one. I'm going to do a review, where I compare this to Soft by Arihab, the original Pink Sugar, Spirit of Timbuktu by McBancy, and then I think few others that are along that line. Kurafi from Lattafa. I'm going to do that comparison, but this is going to give you a general feel of the Pink Sugar vibe, but I don't get that cotton candy per se. I get that sugary. There's this candy sugar feel, but it doesn't necessarily feel like cotton candy. And this one has a lot of oud, and I get that oud, nuance in it. So consider it as Pink Sugar without the. Even if you're comparing it to the original Pink Sugar, that one has some berries, strawberries and raspberry. But this one is not berry heavy. I don't get anything very heavy. It's all about that candied or that sugary aspect of pink sugar, with a slight citruses. It has some citruses, slight like lemon lime, but not necessarily a prominent lemon like the one I find in Soft by Aria. It gets some citruses at the top, but it's not as intense as the one I find in Soft. And I also don't find the berries that I find in pink sugar, So I'm going to give you a comparison when it comes to that. But it's a very beautiful scent. I think it is a safe blind buy. It's going to give you a very sweet, fun, girly, sugary, sweet, fragrance. But the kick here is that it has the note of oud, and I smell that oud. Although not animalic or skanky or banyadi, I still get that oud. It's like a very clean oud, but it's still there. And I think of all the fragrances I've mentioned that are quite similar to this is the only one that has a slight Middle Eastern nuance to it because of the note of oud. It has a slight Middle Eastern nuance to it. So it's like a Middle Eastern version of Aqualine's pink sugar in a way, So I'll give you all the details about it. But for now, that is going to be my small snippet of Shamoki by Fragrance World, a very beautiful scent. I love the first two fragrances. I think of these three that I have mentioned today, Extremely Unique is going to be my favorite of them all. It's very fruity, quite tart, very beautiful. Like as soon as you spray it, it gives you this burst of beautiful, pulpy, strong, fragrance. It's also super long lasting, and so is Shamoki. Shamoki is very long lasting. It's going to last you around 5 to 6 hours on skin, and then the whole day's wear, on clothes. Extremely Unique is also super long lasting. I love the, how bright and happy it smells. And Bella Dolce, unfortunately, it's not my vibe. I've had this for a couple of days, I couldn't even bring myself to talking about it because I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, because I'm not getting anything to give it, a description. It's very, I don't know. There's nothing standing out, the typical reviews. You just give people, okay, I smell pineapple, I smell this, I smell that, but there's nothing that I smell that I can describe, and that is why it's not unique to me. It's not one of those fragrances I find appealing or. Yeah, so yeah, that is going to be my take, but I think I'll wait on it for a bit of maceration and give you some updates, but I don't see myself keeping this one in the long term. And that is going to be my take on these three fragrance world, fragrances. And I hope this video found you all. So please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye-bye.